UFOs and water. What if extraterrestrial aliens want to steal our planet's water resources? Edward Snowden, who once worked for the CIA and fled to Russia, recently declassified information about aliens from outer space, and according to him, the US government and intelligence agencies have been studying humanoids for a long time. Snowden managed to copy more than 1.5 million files. They are dedicated to anomalous forms of life on Earth and beyond, he says. Experts have concluded that little green men survive in extreme conditions. They are not afraid of ultra-low and high temperatures. Some aliens come to us from outer space, others live underground or even underwater. Information about aliens is collected by representatives of the Pentagon Special Department, DARPA. They are also responsible for secret developments for the military. Now, precious resource. Flying saucers are often seen in sparsely populated areas over mountains and oceans. In 2017, in some incredible way, secret information appeared on the internet that in November 2004, a group of U.S. aircraft carriers was attacked by UFOs. The craft were located near the San Diego base in the Pacific Ocean. The Nimitz aircraft carrier is considered the flagship of the American fleet. It carries 75 supersonic fighters and is the largest floating airfield in the world. It was this vessel that aroused the greatest interest from UFOs. At the sight of flying saucers, the sailors were confused, not knowing whether to shoot at unidentified objects or not. And while they were thinking, the unidentified craft disappeared into the depths of the ocean. Interesting images were taken in 2018 as two spherical objects hovered in the sea, 6 miles from Vero Beach in Florida. Exactly the same ones were recorded 3 years earlier. In 2015, eyewitnesses compared a UFO to two suns going into sunset, and according to experts, flying saucers are so often seen over the seas and oceans because there are underwater UFO bases located in the depths. In December 2018, experts spotted mysterious circles in the Aegean Sea of Greece in photographs taken from space. The diameter of the structure is 220 feet. The object resembles a flying saucer. The large circle is the base, the small circle is the cabin, and according to ufologists, the circles are parts of faulty plates and somehow surfaced from the depths. In January 2019, mysterious white spheres appeared in front of NASA employees. Ufologists suggest that these were eggs that the aliens allegedly laid underwater. According to another theory, these are security cameras connected to alien bases on the ocean floor. Space agency officials did not want to make public information about where and when this photo was taken. Humans have studied only 5% of the world's oceans. Unusual objects that accidentally appear on the surface are only a grain of what is hidden under the waters. Why are aliens so attracted to our water? And why don't we even try to stop them? Ufology enthusiasts have counted more than 120 alien bases on Earth. They claim 50 of them underwater, and the aliens are based in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of both Americas, North and South America. Also in the Pacific Ocean, underwater alien shelters located near Australia, Indonesia, and New Zealand, they claim. The central part of the largest ocean is also under suspicion. In Russia and Ukraine, humanoids have chosen the Baltic and Black Seas. According to eyewitnesses, UFOs are most often observed in Crimea. And I want to add here also in lakes in China, UFOs appearing the fishermen would fish on these lakes, and they would see these UFOs coming out of the lake, zooming into the outer spaces, the blackness of space, and others coming and plunging into the lake's water. Now, esotericists say that in order to survive, guests from other planets have to harvest water from all areas of the Earth? Will there be enough resources for everyone? And won't our planet turn into something like Mars? According to one version, 4 billion years ago there was also water on Mars, but it was stolen, or it's gone now, it's not there. The depths of the Mariana Trench is 36,000 feet. The bottom consists of two tectonic plates, between which there is a crack where water flows out. Scientists have calculated that over a million years, the fault absorbed almost 80 million tons of liquid. It's hard to imagine, but it sank 62 miles below the seabed, but then its traces are lost. Where does all the water go? Could it be taken or brought out by aliens? And if so, on what terms do these aliens trade with Earth? And why do representatives of other civilizations value water more than gold and diamonds? There's evidence that aliens are stealing our valuable resource. In 2017, water receded from the shoreline of Long Island in the Bahamas. Overnight, the ocean moved hundreds of feet back. Local residents had to rescue sea animals that were stuck in the sand while they were carried and rolling towards the water. According to meteorologists, the water from the ocean is carried away by storms, hurricanes, and typhoons. In 2017, Hurricane Irma hit the Bahamas and Caribbean islands. But why should not aliens do the same? After all, under the cover of hurricanes, they can create similar vortex funnels and pump water out of the ocean. It's believed that water returns after a storm and hurricane. If the new coastline moves a couple of feet from the old strip, no one will notice. It's known that there are 1,000 liters of water in 1 cubic meter. Let's say the beach stretches for a mile. Due to the displacement of the coastline by just a few feet, 1 million liters of water are lost. The alien absorbed the precious resources not only from the surface but also from the bottom of the ocean. For example, from the Mariana Trench. At the lowest point of the gutter there is a 7-foot funnel. 3 cubic kilometers of water go into the drain hole per year. For example, Lake Baikal of Russia contains 23,000 cubic kilometers of water, and the chasm would have swallowed it in 7,000 years. The hole in the Mariana Trench arose due to the superposition of the lithospheric plate on another, and there is more than one such funnel in the ocean. There are more than 10 lithospheric plates in the depths. There are gaps between them. It turns out that not 3 but 30 cubic kilometers of water flow under the ocean floor every year. For a long time, scientists believe that the missing water rises to the surface of the Earth and is released during volcanic eruptions. However, it's estimated that eruptions compensate for only part of the disappearing moisture. According to ufologists, water is stolen by inhabitants of underground civilizations and aliens, and like us, humanoids also need it. The aliens are forced to purify and filter the salty ocean water, as it is much easier to obtain the valuable resource from freshwater bodies, rivers, and lakes. In December 2018, a local retiree contacted the Tennessee State Police. She complained about the missing pond near her house. The reservoir disappeared in just one night. In 2015, a U.S. pilot photographed a flying saucer pumping water out of a lake in Nevada. In June 2018, residents of the Swedish town of Strandsnäs witnessed a UFO hovering over Lake Mälaren. A round luminous object used a laser beam to pump water out of the lake. And there are hundreds of such cases. According to ufologists, fresh water is an abundance for aliens. It's an ambulance for aliens. It reanimates the humanoids and allows the flying saucers to continue on their way. And ufologists believe that the American government established contact with aliens after the Roswell disaster in July 1947. The bodies of the dead humanoids were taken and assistance was provided to the remaining surviving part of the team. The rescued aliens returned home safely. Since then, the United States has entered into hundreds of contracts with aliens and communicates with them to this day, so the ufologists claim. On January 10th, 2019, U.S. astrophysicists received an unknown signal from space. These are the repeated radio bursts, the energy of which can be compared to plasma emissions from the sun. Exactly the same signal was already recorded in 2007, and then the researchers suggested that the radio pulses came to us from a dwarf galaxy, which is located at a distance of 1.3 billion light years away. According to some esotericists, both messages contained encrypted trade offers from aliens. What are the aliens going to buy from Earth? Or what do they want from Earth? And what kind of deal will this be? We're accustomed to perceiving humanoids as representatives of one intergalactic civilization, but that's not true. If there are many nations, peoples, and countries on Earth, there are hundreds of times more of them outside our planet. Ufologists identify Nordic aliens from Sirius, gray aliens similar to biorobots and reptilians, and along with them, thousands more races may live in the universe, including creatures made of silicon and intelligent structures made of water. Some humanoids steal water from the earth, others make sales deals, and this approach guarantees reliability and safety. The aliens are paying off humans with high technology. Conspiracies are convinced that if you gain access to secret documents of the US government, you can find written evidence of trade deals between aliens and Americans. And supposed little green men buy water from oil platforms in the ocean. It can be poured into tankers under the guise of oil. No one will guess what it's inside. In a secluded location, flying saucers land on the ship and transfer water to their tanks. Of course, they can take goods without demand from all over the ocean, but this is not safe, and while collecting water, these flying craft, these UFOs, are vulnerable. While it stays dormant in one place, it represents a target for an enemy. And conspiracy theorists believe that aliens purchased the largest volumes of water from the Netherlands. This state benefits from pumping out excess liquid because half of its territory is below sea level. That's Holland, Netherlands. If the aliens are paying back Holland with technology, then we should expect a sharp scientific technological leap from this country. And according to some reports, Japan and China have trade relations with extraterrestrial intelligence. It's cooperation with humanoids that can explain the sudden population growth and technological leap in these countries after World War II. And there's also belief that in addition to water, the aliens have another reason to help the Japanese and especially the Chinese. It turns out that these people are alien relatives, and indeed, contactees describe the appearance of most humanoids as close to Mongolian types. And the aliens are not going to help humans just like that. They're interested in minerals and water. Perhaps they use them as fuel for their spacecraft. We thoughtlessly give and sell our resources to humanoids without thinking that we ourselves will die without them. According to marine biologists, if all the seas and oceans of the Earth disappear, the air temperature will rise by 36 degrees Celsius every year. Humanity will not last even 2 years. The entire biosphere will perish along with people, but viruses and microbes will survive, and as a result, our planet will turn into something like Venus with an average temperature of 460 degrees Celsius. And this is on Solask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.